Boom, there we go. What's up, everyone? Happy Monday. Whether that's morning, afternoon, or evening for you, we are glad to have you here. And thank you for joining us on another stream of Orbit. I have with me, as always, the amazing and awesome Blades. How are you this
Oh,
morning, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you, Kurt?
I'm doing well. I cannot complain, although I did forget to move you over in front of me and you're off to the side. So let me fix that real quick so that I can talk to the camera and not
Oh
my
yeah,
monitor. Yeah, there we go. Because now I'm looking straight ahead, which is a lot better.
now we're talking.
Yeah, how was your weekend? How was everything?
Weekend was really good. I had one of the most fun days I've had in a long time this weekend. I went on a
Nice.
little skate adventure with some friends from the skate park,
Cool.
and we just like went up to there's a university on top of a mountain nearby me, and so we just like drove up to this university and skated around. It was like, the campus was relatively empty,
Okay.
and and there's all this like newly constructed skateboarding obstacles that they built just for us. So it was just a perfect little opportunity.
They built them literally just for you, or like
Yeah,
you just.
no, no,
That's
no.
awesome.
I'm projecting what I want them to
Got
do.
it. Got it.
But
Amazing.
yeah, it was really fun, and it was just kind of like yeah, I don't know, felt like we were in Wonderland for a second there.
That's
The
awesome.
security guards were like super kind, and like they were like, I'm not gonna kick you out, but just want to make sure you're not gonna break anything. We're like, okay, well, we won't break anything.
We
And
promise.
yeah,
Yeah.
they were super reasonable.
That's cool. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, that's always good to see. There was always when I was skating back in the day, uh, there was always spots that were like skater friendly and spots where it's like you best not be caught, And
Yeah,
it's like nothing in between. Either they hated you being there or they loved you being there. And I just think it's so
yeah.
funny how that is.
There's a heat factor to
Yeah, there
spots.
is. There is a heat
Um,
factor.
yeah, there's like there's a skate spot website in uh in New York City called Quarter Stacks, and that they have like a
Yeah.
heat they have like a spot index and a heat factor on every spot, depending on how aggressive the security is.
That's cool. That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah. How was your weekend? What did you get up to?
It was pretty rainy here. I had lofty goals to do a bunch of yard work. That was quickly dashed by the weather, so I had to come up with a plan B. We got a lot of stuff done in the house. I converted. So Contentful has recently released like their community edition, which like lets you have a couple people on a team,
Hmm.
a couple more entity types, and like a lot more entries, but enough to like try out for like a small business, like if you want to try and like make money. Anyway, I moved Dadbod Fitness online from being a Google Docs CMS to a Contentful backed CMS.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, and then also moved the gym's website, my CrossFit gym's website over. No, Google, no. I don't want you, Google. Go away. Uh, what was I saying? Oh yeah, and then so I also moved like their website like data, so now they can do website data. Or oh, are you kidding me? You broke Stream Deck? That's fun.
Google, what the hell? Not cool,
Huh?
Google.
Yeah, this is not cool. Why is Stream Deck just like not working now? Oh well, that sucks. Oh well, there goes Stream Deck for the day. That was
What the heck?
really weird.
Slack's down, Stream Deck is down.
Everything is down. Everything's
What's
broken.
next?
I'm gonna pop open Stream Deck on my computer. Oh, you can see it and see if that fixes it. Let me try and change some profiles. No, just like not gonna work.
Darn it.
Oh, but I have all this cool stuff. Oh, no one can see my desktop. Oh, I should share that with you. Do you want me to share it with you, or are you gonna watch on the stream?
No, I got it.
All right, cool. Well, I'm really sad right now, and I like don't know how to like. Yeah, I updated Android, and I can't figure out how to like close an app now. Like it just like doesn't close them all the way. Uh,
Hmm.
Technology. It used to be like you swipe up
Technology.
from the bottom. And now it doesn't work. All right. Well, I know how to fix that. I'm gonna restart this thing.
Well, I'm never updating my Android.
Yeah, I don't know what
That
happened.
that
I just
settles
went
that.
to the latest version, and no, it's been working fine. It was weird. So here's what happened. I had Stream Deck open, and it was working, and then some reason Google Assistant popped up because I said something. I guessed that it took as okay Google, and when it went away, it was gone. And that is right. Yes, Google heard about the Switch and is angry. Yes.
Which Switch? I'm out of
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Which Switch is that? But
talking
regard.
Nintendo Switch.
Oh, well, I do have a Nintendo Switch and I love it. Although I don't play it as much as I would like. All right, so let's try this again. Stream Deck. Hey, it's back. So I don't know what
Nice.
happened, but restarting my phone fixed it. Okay, so sorry for the derailment. Long story short, I moved websites over. Oh, the switch from Google Docs to Contentful, I bet is what
Oh yeah,
Brandon
true,
meant.
true,
Clever. Yeah, so did that, and then also worked on some custom buttons for. I've started using the Stream Deck, and OMG, what a game changer! And you
true.
can't really see them, but I've started making like custom buttons for all of our different. It's gonna be blurry, but there's lots of fun buttons in there
Looks
that I've
crazy.
started designing. Yeah, for the stream, and it's really cool. So, oh, I know how I can show you the buttons that I've been working on. Let's do this.
So,
Oh, I'm gonna use the Stream Deck. So I switched over to my desktop, and I'm just going to bring up Stream Deck. Hey, now everyone can see it on stream. So I'm using the Go Live. This is Bill O'Reilly's face when we're not live, which is funny, I think, anyway. This one opens up Twitch Studio. This one puts a marker on the stream. This one will do an automatic clip, so I just press this button and it'll clip for me.
awesome.
What? Next song on Spotify. Be Right Back scene, restricted access scene.
Hmm.
Um, and then these are Orbit, video and desktop. And then I have like Launchpad and Mission Briefing, but I haven't done cool custom icons for them yet. Pretty neat,
Soon.
right?
Yeah.
Soon,
Yeah.
2BD. And I have a bunch of other, so I've set up OBS to use for recording. So now I can do like screencasting and just regular videos through OBS. Very nice. I have my personal stream set up, and then I also have a Dungeons and Dragons set up for when I stream
And
Dungeons
they
and
all have
Dragons.
different Stream Deck layouts.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. A
Stream
lot of
Deck.
them.
It's like the
Oh,
future, man.
oh my goodness! So I just found out about you can right click and create a folder. So that's my first thing is I'm gonna fix Apollo, and I'm gonna have a couple top level buttons that like clip and marker. They don't matter about the different
Mhm.
things, but then I'm gonna move a lot of the scenes into the different like make a folder for each show. So there'll be a
Got you.
folder
Because
for
you're not
mission
gonna be
briefing.
like switching between shows very
Exactly.
frequently.
Exactly. So I might as well just put it in a folder, load up that folder, which gives me all of my show specific things, and then yeah,
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah, and it'll give me a couple more buttons to do stuff with. Cause like on the D&D, you can do so much. Like I can mute audio. I can hide individual sources like the desktop, like show and hide my desktop, which
Mhm.
useful for a lot of things. All right, let's go back to Apollo so I have the right buttons, and then let's get rid of that, and let's transition back over to us. Boom, and I did it without going in OBS. Sorry, I'm just super hyped on it. I'm gonna order a physical Stream Deck. I've decided because I don't like not having my phone though. That's the big catch.
Is that Elgato?
It is Elgato, and it is L expensive
They
O
make
as
good
well.
stuff.
Yeah, it is good stuff. I'm getting the XL. More buttons. More
Okay.
buttons. I'm addicted. I'm totally addicted.
You're gonna be like a
Uh,
full-on like TV show producer after all this.
yeah, well, we're gonna start running Apollo days through the stream, and when we do GraphQL Summit, that's done by like a streaming company. But Apollo days are
Yeah,
gonna be 1 day events, and I am gonna be the broadcasting studio for
you're the
these.
streaming guy. Yeah,
I'm the streaming guy, so as such, yeah, I gotta be set up broadcast studio extraordinaire. Yeah, yeah,
amazing. Well, I can't wait to see what it's all about. This
yeah.
is like a glimpse of the future.
It is. This is the beginning. It's like, it's just like the beginning of the studio quality story for Apollo.
Hmm.
So it's gonna be fun.
Hey,
Um, yeah,
tangent question here, but before we get into it, I feel like every stream I have a D&D question. My D&D question this stream is, can people become like slain in D&D and like
like can you
can you die?
yes you can. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Did you see the meme?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
We got some work to do, but it's coming along. It's pretty nice.
Well, I'm glad that we have work to do because
Yeah.
it would have been a really short launchpad season or whatever you want to call it if it was just one episode. Um, so the meme that Kurt just put up on the screen is triggered by him typing in the chat. You can see there, bang meme, uh, then the meme template that you want to use, and then followed by the text that you want to overlay on it. And so
Yep.
in a few moments you should see this auto generated meme image show up on the
Yeah.
stream.
The reason this one takes so long though is because it's a GIF, so it takes a while. It's not
Yeah.
very. But we're learning. We are learning, and it's funny because once it's there it is. Ugh, Mondays.
I love it, man. This is so cool.
And the cool thing is like if you do the same one, so like that one exists now. So if I say like groin shot, comma Mondays,
Yeah.
it should come up a lot faster because it already exists. I don't know. This could be wrong because it's GIFs. Like I don't know how it works with GIFs. Apparently I'm wrong. It is gonna do it
Yeah.
again.
I
But
wonder why that would be.
yeah,
Like the URL, the Cloudinary URL would be the
it'd
same.
be the
We're
same.
using Cloudinary for this, by the way.
Yep.
That's the hidden tech behind this feature.
Yeah, if you're curious about it, let me grab the link. Stop. Let me grab the link to. Uh,
Oh, nice. Yeah. We got the
oh, nice. So the project is updated. Yeah, I wanted to grab the last. Please be muted. Good. Video producer. I just want to grab the link to the Launchpad stream real quick, and then we can get started on some actual GraphQL stuff, folks. Copy link address. Let's just paste it in here. Oh, shoot. That's fun. I don't even know how to delete that.
not authorized. I can make it. Oh yeah, and I can't even mark it as spam.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. No one's going to be able to get there unless they're logged in. But I was trying to go. I clicked the wrong link to copy. Boom. That's the one.
There it is.
There it is. Okay. So we've got that. We've got a lot of cool GraphQL stuff. So I guess like without further ado, let's do this.
Let's do it.
Let's do this. Let's just do it. Red team go. Copying first link address. Let me go ahead and switch this over. And let's go ahead and drop in this link. And our first thing is from Twitter. It's a combination. It's a 2-for-1. So first things first, let's make this legible. Stream size it, if you will. I'll have that stream size. Danielle Mann is going to be giving a really cool talk on her thoughts about GraphQL accessibility, which is pretty interesting, at GraphQL Galaxy, which is a conference. And their CFP is also open. So, this means if you have an interesting topic for GraphQL Galaxy, you should go submit it. And then maybe we'll see you talking there as well. And then we can talk about you on Orbit. That sounds like
Awesome.
Yeah, that sounds good, right? So that's the first one. It's not like a huge thing, but it's pretty big. Conferences are a lot of fun. It's a virtual conference. And GraphQL and accessibility are two topics that you could definitely say I'm highly interested in. So yeah, I'm excited, and yeah, y'all should check that out. Let's see. I guess I could get right into our second one as well.
You know what's a funny thing is like the there's like the subject of GraphQL themed logos. Like if you go back to the GraphQL Galaxy, um, GraphQL Galaxy's Twitter page,
Let me go to
you'll
their
see what I.
yeah. Let me go to their Twitter page and flip this over here. Okay. Oh, you mean
There's anyway. There's like this whole like subgenre of logos that are like a modification of the GraphQL logo
yes,
uh, to like fit their specific thing. Like this
a
is
G.
used by like libraries and businesses and conferences
Everyone.
and everybody in between. And it's just a funny thing. I was thinking it would be cool to like somehow gather all of these like
Oh,
GraphQL
yeah.
esque logos in one
And
place.
just have like
And
a list of them, like a
yeah, you got
showcase.
like a bit of a bunch of different logos that look really similar.
Nice.
Um, but it's kind of cool. The GraphQL logo has a lot of potential for that like derived logo um, type of thing.
Yeah, I agree.
I did maybe the reason I'm sensitive to is because I made the logo for the countries API um, is just like that. Like if you it's I basically did the same thing except minus one line from
OMG. I'm dying right
from
now. Look at
GraphQL
that. Look at that,
Galaxy.
folks. There it is.
This is what I'm talking
That's
about.
so funny.
Yes,
Because it's like a
derived.
C, right? Like, I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
get it. Nice.
Anyway,
That's hilarious. Well, while we're here, I'm going to keep us here. And we'll talk about our next intro or entry, which is a new GraphQL ESLint plugin.
okay.
This is from our friends over at the Guild. So I figured that,
Good.
yeah, this is worth checking out. Yeah, visualize your linting errors, both schema and operations. So that's very cool. Works on .graphql and GQL tag. Yeah, real get ESLint parser by converting GraphQL AST. That's cool. Write and customize your own rules. So let's go check it out. Here we go.
Check it out. Check it out.
Another
Oh,
another logo.
another logo.
Yeah.
This one's pretty natural
Yeah.
fit between
Yeah.
ESLint. Like ESLint's logo actually has a hexagon
Yeah.
in the middle, so it makes sense.
Yeah, yeah, it does. It's awesome. I love it. So here we go. GraphQL ESLint yarn. Makes sense. List of
Okay.
available rules, and you can see the planned rules. What it does. Ooh, there's a video.
What it do?
What it do. Let's see what it does. Okay,
Okay.
so the Apollo VS Code extension will give you similar functionality if you point it to your schema as well. I'm curious how you configure it. Like where do you point to your schema at?
Uh, yeah, right. I mean, even just being able to have like a warning like that that
Yeah,
says please add a name to your query is pretty helpful.
I agree. And this execute query button is like very intriguing to me.
Yes.
Execute query. Yeah.
I feel like it's like
Yeah, I would love to just
something I've seen.
anonymous operations are forbidden. Oh, so that's just like a image of the previous video, it seems. How does it
Okay.
work?
Oh, I remember. I was trying to remember where I've seen something like that before, and it's in your package JSON. VS Code adds a little button before your
Yes.
scripts.
Run. Yeah,
It says
run
run
script.
script, and I was
Yeah.
that's what reminded me of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so uh, what do up back up there? Does it talk about integrating your schema or anything like that?
No, and that's where I got confused. I didn't see where it says like how to configure it.
Okay, so
I'm
right here.
sure I'm sure there's info like in the README or something. Like if we go to GitHub, we probably. Where's the link to GitHub?
Let's go to the hub.
Always go to the hub, right? I should have just gone here first, probably. And also, boop. Oh, 20th star. Hell yeah. Oh, looks like that was the README.
Make it 21.
Oh, configuration. Bingo. Here we go.
What do we have?
Oh, this is interesting. How does it execute the query?
Yeah. Extending linting rules with a GraphQL schema. There you go. Parser options.
Oh,
And you
here we go.
put your schema to a GraphQL schema file.
Yes, yes, but how does it know where to run it? If you're going to run a schema, like how does it know where to talk to? Like where do you give it a URL?
Yeah, let's see. What does that say up at VS Code integration?
VS Code into. Oh, good point. Will not lint files with extension. I was just telling you to like make sure you update your extensions.
I see. Okay.
Oh, cool. GraphQL config will just work if you're using that. I don't see it, but I'm sure it's here. I'm sure there's a way. I mean, yeah. I'll have to do some investigation.
Yeah, me too. I'm an ESLint I'm an ESLint guy myself, so this is right up my alley.
Yeah, yeah. Mark it down.
I am going to do that. I like that idea a lot. GraphQL plugin ESLint. Not the Apollo one, but the Gilly one. That is some fresh stuff there, Kurt. It's not even indexed by Google yet.
Whoa. I'm
Yeah.
on top of my game.
I'm telling you, man, you're ahead of the game.
What can I say? You know, it's just like I really want to bring y'all like what's going on. You know, it's just I come with the news. That's why people are here.
You get.
This is what the folks want.
Cool. I'm just gonna have to, I guess, follow the link in chat.
That's it. That's it. Follow the link in chat. It'll get you there. No need to worry.
It's like the yellow brick road.
It is like the yellow brick road. Okay, I feel like should we move on to our next item? Because this one's pretty cool. If I do say so myself.
Sure. Let's move on. I think we've
Yes,
we can't talk about the logo anymore, can we? No. Okay.
Yeah, well, maybe because this is like an interesting take on the logo. So let's see. The next thing we got coming up is a new, I guess, like what you would call like a full stack, like a free workshop, really. Full stack workshop from Christian Nwamba. So does a lot of awesome stuff in dev world and especially around GraphQL. So it covers like auth, serverless, GraphQL, some SSR stuff. Really interesting, cool things. Uses Apollo client, Next.js, I believe Hazura, and some other stuff. So if we go up here into you can kind of get an overview if you just go through like the table of contents about what you're going to get into, which is really cool. So setting up API, yeah, with Azure Cloud. You're going to cover some Docker stuff, cover building some databases. Then you're going to move it to the cloud, right? So once you're there, you're going to get it deployed, and then you're going to deploy a Next.js app. And it's pretty cool. And then you go through like authentication, permissions, multi-user accounts. This is like pretty in-depth, like building like a real app. And then so what you're building, talking about the logos, right? And what you build is this app called Herm, which is I think
Okay.
like for scheduling tweets. Um, so yeah,
My gosh.
definitely worth checking out. I think I might have broke it though. But yeah,
Wow. Yeah, tweet scheduling app. Very, very cool.
yeah,
This is in depth, man.
it's a
Holy
lot.
smokes. If you go to herm.dev
Yeah,
and there's um is this all done by Christian?
yes, I believe
This
so.
is it's impressive as hell.
Oh, here we go.
Like
Herm.dev. I didn't realize there was like a root. Um,
anyway, and there he put together some charts and stuff. Um like
oh, boom.
explain
Look at this.
all of the things that you do, like the business logic, social authentication, uh, serverless functions, scheduling, access control, and
Wow.
then fancy little table. I like that.
Yeah, did you see the graph below? Like the little.
Of course, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Looking
Neato.
smooth.
Yeah, this is super thorough.
It is. It's nice.
This
It
is
looks awesome.
good educational content.
Love some educational content. Love it. And boom.
Me too.
Yeah, and it has like a Y GraphQL, Azure, and serverless. He's got a couple reviews going on here. This is really awesome. I can't believe that it's free.
Yeah, that is crazy to me.
Yeah, it's really
I,
cool.
I was I was trying to explain to my my aunt is she wrote a book during the since the pandemic and the lockdown and stuff,
Oh, no way.
and she was like thinking about different delivery methods, like how do we get this to people, and I explained to her like the kind of like the open source
Yeah,
web
like
development world
e-publishing.
way of doing things, which would just be like give it away for free and maybe collect people's emails or something like that, but like
Yeah,
mostly just give it for free and trying to explain like how this works, or like why you should want to give away your work for free. But um, it is a very it's a very I realize it's like a very yeah, like web dev community or like software community thing in general,
yeah.
to just like give away gold mines of information
It really
for
is,
free.
and it kind of like is the you know the mindset of like growing your personal like community and like that you could sell that content for sure. I think it's like you have to decide like would you rather like I guess it's not really technically one or the other, but yeah, you could sell it and market it, or you could give it away and, like you said, like grow like a mailing list of people, and keep
Mhm.
the more useful information that you provide, the bigger that list will grow. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
I think it's like a very strategic decision, like what you decide to do. Um, yeah, Brandon, I agree.
Yep.
That's the thing about this community, is that everybody who's really experienced had to go through the troubles of learning, and they can really empathize with other people who are at that beginning stage. And I think a lot of people are really open to giving away their knowledge, giving away their um, like information that they need for others to grow,
Yeah.
and it makes a nice little cycle. But like regarding charging for your stuff, I think it's like a kind of thing where you can kind of if you establish your name as like a good teacher in the industry, by putting your content out for free, getting people to use it, later on you can start charging for your stuff. Do you know if Kent's Epic React course is paid or free?
Oh, it's paid. It's
Yeah,
like six
that's
hundred
a perfect
dollars paid.
example.
Yeah.
There you go. I think that's a great example of one where like Kent has demonstrated
Yeah.
his value and his skill as a teacher
Yep.
through like the mountain of free uh, free
Yep.
knowledge and information that he's put out there.
Yeah.
And
He's.
now like
Yeah.
if you want like the premium stuff, I don't think many people would be against paying or asking their work to pay for something like that.
Yeah, you have a lot of reference material to go review to see what you're paying for, essentially.
Hmm.
Yeah, he's done a lot of workshops and a lot of screencasting and a lot of, blog posts and tutorials. Yeah, and I think that, Epic React is pretty much like a combination of all three of those, I believe. It's like a bunch of videos and content,
Yeah.
access to a Discord server, and like some ridiculous amount of like workshops you can do, kind of self-paced type thing, which is cool.
Mhm.
Does Apollo help pay for your learning growth? Do you mean like for Apollo employees to continue learning and growing? Like, is that what you mean? Um,
In
yeah,
which case, yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
They do. I expense learning stuff all the time. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I think it's important to be up and knowledgeable about development best practices. Yeah, so they do like to see uh, yeah, you learn things. Yeah, and not even just for like that. Pretty much like anything related to your job, like not just technical stuff, but a lot of learning and growth could mean a lot, right? Like, yeah, you can get better technically, but like maybe also you're moving into management and you want to like get some books or do some courses or stuff like that. Yeah,
Public speaking,
public speaking
another
is a big one. Yeah.
example.
Yeah, so yeah, lots of stuff like that. I can see the benefit of doing that, technical writing courses and stuff like that. That's an area that I personally struggle with, so something that I'm always trying to improve, so to speak. And with that, let's flip over to our next uh, topic, which is related to Apollo Studio this time, which is just introducing like a new kind of GraphQL CI flow inside of Apollo Studio. But I should mention that it's not like really just Apollo Studio specific. While you do get like a really cool UI for it in Apollo Studio, you're also just like getting these checks against your PRs. So you can go see like if something is passing or failing right inside of GitHub as well. So it's like good for developers, good for other folks, but it kind of will let you know what is changing in your schema and why that matters, what
Hmm.
damage you could potentially cause. And so what I mean by that is like let's say you have a schema and you have a query that you decide you want to either change the name to or maybe remove, and you don't think it really gets much use. Well, if you make this change and something breaks, what happens is it will fail your PR, and then you can come open up Studio and see why, and it will tell you like which well, if
Wow.
you're using like the paid plan, you can even like dial it down to the client, so it's going to tell you what queries you're about to break like from your clients that are actually using it, and then you can like dig down more specific if you're like on the Teams plan, which is like knowing which client, which means like yeah, maybe not a lot of people do use it, but you forgot that there's this like old streaming app that you have for Roku that like does depend on this query, and you'll actually break it if you
Mhm.
were to merge that. So you could prevent like a lot of downtime for apps and stuff by doing this check, and also just like better understand the effects that you'll have, right? And like maybe it is safe. Maybe you already made the updates to the Roku app and on the client, and now you're ready to just kind of push out the server stuff. It's but yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's worth giving this a read because you can um, it's not it's not a ton, but definitely there's more docs to follow up. But yeah, it's really interesting. I've been getting big into making sure I add like Studio as like almost like a first step, like when I'm working with schemas, kind of like how we did with Launchpad,
Mhm.
because early on, so it's funny, most people add Studio later in the GraphQL lifecycle, which makes sense from a monitoring and ops standpoint, right? Because like, all right, I'm in production, I need to like make sure this thing is running smoothly and know about errors and stuff like that. But we also forget that like early on in the GraphQL development, and especially schema development, that churn is really high in the beginning, most times. even when you think it out well, the face of the graph tends to mutate a lot and change a lot in the early days. And just having these schema and checks in place could speed up development workflows between front end and back end because you can make sure you're not breaking things that clients are relying on, even if you're not in production, right? Like this just affects your teams, like and affects the people
Mhm.
you work with. So it's something I've been trying to like get in a better habit of and talk about more because I feel like that gets missed a lot, those benefits. Anyway, long story
And
short,
it's not at a large cost either. Like the
that's the
amount of time
thing.
that it takes to set this thing up is relatively small, right?
That's the thing. It's like yeah, it's minutes of time investment for the benefit of like hopefully saving downtime or breakages on front ends for different apps. Like yeah, there's a lot of good reasons to spend all of 15-20 minutes setting it up. You do a couple GitHub actions, you create your graph in Studio, and you're done. It's like
Mhm.
why wouldn't I? But honestly, it's like one of those things. Like it has to become muscle memory. Like it's like when I create a Git repository now, it's like muscle memory. I push it to GitHub.
Mhm.
It's like the logical next step in the chain, and it's like because I've trained myself to do that. So I'm working at doing the same thing. Anytime I create a schema, it's much like creating a new project and pushing it to GitHub. When I create a new schema, I'm putting it into Studio so that I can better understand it. It's been nice.
Mhm.
I must admit, it's been nice. All right, so that was it for that one. We have one more item for today, folks. One more thing. Quite a lot today, so thanks for sticking with us. We do love it. And this one, I am super jazzed about, and I think Blades, you might be super jazzed about too. I don't know if you already spied what it was
Oh yeah.
or not. Okay, yeah. So I know you're super jazzed about this as well. So let me go ahead and flip us over. Um, we are hiring at Apollo. We are hiring at Apollo for positions literally like on our team, on the DX team, but with Blades. Blades is full on team. Uh, yeah, and one of the roles would be like working with you basically day in and day out. Um,
Yes.
yeah. That's a good question, Tafilito. Hope I got that right. What I use for a name, like why don't I just bring it up and show you, is generally like the name of the project, right? So like most times like a project has a name, and that's what I tend to use. So if I go to the worst dev, like the ones I have on my own, like Nom Nom Ramen was a project that I'm making, so that's the name I use for that schema.
I
Stream
have so many questions.
helpers about Nom Nom Ramen. Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
want to know
yeah.
more.
Hang on. Yeah. So stream helpers, and then worst graph. This is just one that I use like for testing things. And then James Spam was the app that we made for Launchpad, where we uh, uh, made like a collaborative soundboard, bum, 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 where you could spam people. And so then, but yeah, I mean, I normally name it after the project. So then, like, if I click on this one and come in here, um, oh, did that not work? I didn't hear it. I think it's horn now. I think honk is gone.
Oh,
It's still not working. I don't hear
hmm.
anything.
We might have broked it.
I think I borked it. Yeah. Because I did like a quick um, move over, and I don't think I did it well. Oh no, I know why it's not working. Because it is not working because I am moving it out to its own overlay, and I don't think I added it to this scene yet in OBS.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Might be. Because it gets like JavaScript only has one thread, so if we try and play sounds and animate chat and do follower animations, I've discovered that like if you chat messages while a follow is happening, it like breaks it up. So I'm working on moving all of them out to their own browser sources so they all get their own threads.
Makes sense.
Yep. Yeah, but yeah, so it does not seem to
Sorry
be
for
working.
sort of the derail there.
No, yeah, it's definitely derailed, but it's good because we see this bop command, And then we have a mutation which gets fired, play sound. Well, that's if you click the button on the client, but this subscription would get fired through the chat, which is like sound played, and then it would link to that sound type. And then, yeah, so it's pretty cool. You can just kind of see how it changes. Actually, let's see if this is stream helpers. This might be my worst dev stream helpers. Let's take a look at the query. Hello. Subscription. Yeah, this is not. Yeah, chat message query subscription. This is for my local, my personal stream. I need to fix this for bring in the schema for Apollo. I thought I had the Apollo stream helpers in here, but it turns out it's the wrong one. Wah. But anyway, long story short, this is where I put them because this is the coolest part to me. Explore. This is such a derailment. But anyway, it's really cool because we can do things like, let's actually bring this back out. Let's go here. So we have a subscription, chat message, display name. Oh, but this is going to work off my personal, so this won't actually fire. Never mind. But anyway, if this was the Apollo one, I could load up this. I could play the subscription.
True.
Yeah, where is this pointing to? Yeah. Anyway, long story short, and then we would see the chat messages come in. But I just love that you could do subscriptions in the IDE because you don't need a client. I've derailed us so far. Let's go back to jobs, folks. Jobs.
Yes.
Jobs.
Jobs. So my team is hiring for 3 new roles. It's very exciting. We have a filmmaker role. So if you are skilled with the Premiere Pro and you like doing motion graphics and filming stuff and all basically the whole filmmaker stack.
A legit filmmaker.
Full stack filmmaker.
Yeah.
To produce video tutorials and video content for educating the community about Apollo and GraphQL. So that's role number 1, filmmaker. The second one is developer educator. So this is a type of person who's going to actually be putting together educational content, curriculum, tutorials, things of that nature, similar to like what Christian did in the link we shared earlier in the stream. Yeah. That's a great example of that kind of like top tier tutorial content that we want to put together.
Exactly.
And the third role that we're looking for is a developer experience engineer. And so this is kind of like a me type of person.
Work with him.
Like, yes, exactly. Web developer. It covers the full stack. I work with Node, React, Gatsby, GraphQL, obviously, things like that. And we're actually building the sites that house all of our educational content. So that includes the docs, the blog. We're about to release a new property called DevHub. And following that, we're going to start working on a more full-fledged education learning platform. So kind of like a guided journey through your Apollo curriculum.
Which is awesome.
That is that's sort of the job description as it makes sense in my head. And if you fit any of these descriptions, or if you know somebody who fits some of these descriptions, send them over to the tweet that Kurt just linked in the chat, and we'd love to chat.
We would love to chat with you. Come work with us, y'all. I mean, I don't really know what else to say. We really care about the community, and I think that shows with a lot of the stuff we do. We have a lot of fun initiatives that we're working on and coming up. And we would love to have you on the team. So apply. Apply. Hey, you.
Do it.
Apply.
We want you.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
What
yeah.
does the interview process look like? That's a good question. Well,
Ooh, that is a good question.
um, I'm not on the hiring or the like the what do you call it? I'm not a recruiter, or I don't know the whole process end to end, but maybe Kurt could fill in more details. I know that would start with like a recruiter screen, um, and then maybe there's like a technical screen before um, the interview process. But Kurt, would you have more
I do have
detailed
more.
information?
I do have more. So number one is that we understand that this is a question that will probably come up a lot. So we're actually working on a little blog post that will help alleviate a lot of this. But essentially, it looks pretty much like what you just said. So you would jump on a call with someone from the Apollo hiring team, which would essentially be to make sure one that you're in alignment with like what you think the job is and what it would entail, right? Just to make sure there's no confusion there. Then just kind of like a check on like timing and things like that. From there, yeah, it would go into I believe a call with the hiring manager just to like do a touch base, and then this is just to make sure like between the manager and you like it's the role is what you think it is and everything is good there. Then yes, there would be some kind of technical screen, and that would depend on what the role is and also what you're comfortable with. There's a couple options for that, and then on top of that, uh, there would then you'd be like in the interview process, which would be a couple interviews, including one deep dive, and then so, like yeah, and then like I'm not too sure on the specific like amount of interviews, but it's a couple. And then yeah, and then it would that would be it. That would be the end of the journey. But that's what it's like for the most part. We're going to release some, like I said, some content kind of around like what the org structure looks like. What does it mean to be on the EDU team? How does that relate to developer experience and things like that? So, a lot of things to clear that up. And then also, Blades, I don't even know if you saw it pop up on your calendar yet, but I was considering doing a like an AMA or panel with you, myself, Khalil, and then maybe a couple other folks to ask questions about like what does developer experience look like at Apollo. Does that sound like fun?
I love that.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah, so we're looking at doing that kind of next week. So I'll try to get that on the calendar, folks, and we'll definitely tweet that out so you can know. And we'll also then just upload that to YouTube. And between that panel and the blog post, hopefully we can answer all of your questions. Spence is
Hmm.
10. How long is a technical screen expected to take? That's a good
45 minutes.
Yeah, that's a good question. I
Yeah.
believe it's 45 minutes. Thank you. And then
Yeah.
on how long a candidate should spend on a take home test. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's a good question. And I think it depends. Like sometimes we do take home tests. Sometimes if people are more comfortable, you might pair on something. Like I think it depends.
Yeah.
And
I never.
go ahead.
Well, in all of the interviews that I've done for hiring for our team, we
Yeah.
never do take home tests.
Yeah, yeah, and I think it varies, and generally goes on what's most comfortable with the person applying. Some people don't like the pressure of doing like a pairing type technical interview, and they prefer a take home assignment. I don't really know because those are kind of like there's not a general thing. It also depends on the roles. So it's like we'd figure out what the test is based on the role and what the day to day job looks like. And I don't have a time, but it's something that we will write down and try to add to that blog post what it looks like to do take home
Mhm.
tests. But that is all that I have as far as like information for that. We'll have more over the next week for sure. But yeah, yeah, definitely get the applications in now. And if you're interested, and we'll definitely roll out more information for you.
I'm excited for the this panel idea. I think that'd be
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
add a lot of value.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think it would give everyone a really good insight into like what we care about. Hey, Ice Cream Tango, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I think it'd be a real good insight into what we care about, and like what we value and what the day to day looks like and how the org is structured and ugh, all that fun stuff. Yo, follows rolling in. Thank you, Mobox. Much appreciated. Um, do you have anything else? Because that was the last thing on my list. Real quick in chat, if you have anything, let us know. Um, because we would love to see what you've been working on. Yo, Ice Cream Tango. Yo, Spence's 10. Thank you for the follows. Oh, new idea. I kind of like our follow animation, but I was going to meme every time someone follows us.
That'd be nice.
That'd be a lot, right? I just want to test it.
Maybe.
I meant like a lot of Cloudinary images. Oh, we have to work on like shaping it only to take a certain amount of space. There's like a lot of work left to do there, but we're getting there. It's because that image is portrait, so we have to like account for that on the width. All right. No links in the chat.
I think that does it for us.
I think that does it. Should we find someone to raid? We got a decent chunk of us.
I've got a.
You got one ready?
I'm ahead of the curve here.
We're
gonna raid Andreas. He's recording a talk or practicing a talk about converting an app to TypeScript.
Heck,
I think that this might be an interesting topic for some people.
Yeah.
And let's go raid Andreas and show him some support as he's preparing his talk.
Let's do it. I'm ready to roll this over whenever you are. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Much appreciated. And we'll see you later because we just got spam too. All right.
All right.
Later, everybody.
Take care, guys. Bye-bye.